Donald Trump posted on social media earlier today, "My attorneys had a productive meeting with the Department of Justice this morning, explaining in detail that I did nothing wrong and was advised by many lawyers, and that an indictment of me would only further destroy our country. No indication of notice was given during the meeting." Tim Heaphy, presumably they were discussing what you investigated on the January 6th committee. And Donald Trump leaning heavily there in that statement on the notion that he was advised by lawyers every step of the way.
Yeah, it's a preview of a possible defense there, Lawrence, and frankly, a predictable one. That I had plenty of people telling me that the election was stolen. The problem is that more people were telling him that it was not. And it is just not a legal defense to rely on patently unreasonable advice. Somebody says, oh, yeah, they just changed the law. You can go rob that 7-Eleven. It's fine. And you go in and do it. Even if you might believe that, it's an unreasonable belief and it's not a legal defense. Here, if that is the defense, that I was advised that there was election fraud, he was told repeatedly there wasn't. There was never any actual fact to back that up. You can't just listen selectively for what you want to hear and then rely upon that as a legal defense to the serious crimes like obstruction of official proceeding and conspiracy that is charged here. So I don't know exactly if that's what will end up happening if we get to an indictment, but it certainly seems like that statement suggests a reliance on advice of counsel is what we're going to hear.
So, Andrew Reisman, on the day that Donald Trump's lawyers are meeting with Jack Smith's team in Fulton County, Georgia, around the courthouse today, they were setting up some crowd control barriers for what could be happening there very soon. What in the normal course of things, what would have happened in today's discussion between Donald Trump's criminal defense lawyers and Jack Smith's team, considering the possibility of indictments involving January 6th?
Sure. Well, having done these meetings, and Tim, I know, has held these meetings as well, this is the opportunity that you give to defense counsel to say, please tell me any and all factual or legal arguments that you have as to why we shouldn't proceed. Please tell me any sort of prudential issues, any sort of things that go to my discretion as to why I shouldn't proceed, and the floor is yours. They have an idea from the target letter of the nature of the charges. Obviously, from the January 6th committee and the work that Tim and his colleagues did, have a very good sense, better than most people have in this situation, of what they're likely to be accused of. And then you sit and listen. You may ask some clarifying questions. You usually give them a time frame to say, you have from this time to that time, and you very politely listen. Occasionally, you might have a question if something's not clear. You tell them that you're happy to also consider anything in writing, and it's their opportunity to be heard. Sometimes it does change your mind. Sometimes it causes you to rethink certain things. You might change a particular charge, and tailor it to something that's been said. I would suspect in a case like this, though, where there's been so much thought given to the evidence and the law, that there probably isn't a lot that's going to be said that would be new to this team. And then once this meeting is over, and assuming that the answer is no, it didn't change anything, then I'd expect that they're going to say, I'd like to be heard by the Department of Justice, Main Justice, because they have a small avenue in terms of the special counsel rules where they can decide if Jack Smith is acting as such an abuse of discretion that the department should say no. That is what they're allowed to do under the special counsel rules. So under that limited purview, they would take that appeal, and that's what happened in the Mar-a-Lago documents case. And that same thing would happen, but again, there'd be a very tight time frame, but the meeting would be very similar. Please present any and all arguments, and then there will be a decision made very quickly.